So picture this. You're sitting at work or school, just counting down the minutes until you can finally start your commute home and numb yourself with video games, social media, and junk food. But how did you end up here? Where did it go wrong? Well, what if I told you that it was your poor habits that led you to this reality? And unless you change them, you'll be doomed to a life of mediocrity, with fleeting amusement being the highlight of your days. Habits make up a large majority of our lives. Like, other than the things you have to do, like, going to work, going to school, everything else is basically a habit. And habits can sometimes just be things that we literally just do because we think that's what we do. Like, we've done it for so long, we don't even really question why we do it. But what I've noticed is that a lot of the habits that we seem to have just instinctively, a lot of these habits don't really align with the type of person that we want to become. And I think this is a major issue, because usually our habits that we have now kind of show what led us to being in a position where we are today, rather than what would lead us to being in the position we want to be. That's why it's so important for the habits that you have in your daily life to actually work for you and not work against you, to not just distract you from things that are actually important in your life. Because I believe your habits should reflect the person you want to be tomorrow, not who you were yesterday. Because think about it, what would your ideal day look like? And then compare that day to what your day looks like nowadays. If there's a massive difference between these two, then that's probably a sign it's time to change your habits, bro. Because if one thing's for certain, I doubt your ideal day really included any of these 5 things. So number 1, procrastinating. Let's be honest, we all procrastinate, me included. I was literally procrastinating before I made this video. I was thinking of what I could do to kind of get myself out of doing it, but here we are now. Because this video might even be you procrastinating, doing something else you need to do. But I don't mind, you might as well stay around. Because if procrastinating becomes like an everyday thing for you, where you're constantly, trying to run away from your responsibilities, from the things you have to do to just things you want to do, this is a massive sign that you have a problem with it. Because someone that procrastinates will miss so many opportunities in this life. Not to mention all the stress that they'll be under due to their responsibilities catching up to them. And by procrastinating, you're basically choosing to, kind of mentally escape from the real world. And this is something I know about. This is something I used to indulge in so much when I was younger. Escapism and procrastination. I'd have homework due that I know I need to start, but the Xbox is right next to me, so let's play a couple more games. And before you know it, it's 11:30 at night, I'm tired, I'm like, oh fuck. Or like, you come home from work or school and you have some stuff to do today, but there's a little itch in the back of your mind saying, turn the PlayStation on, let's play some games. Or you might even just be like, okay, let me just see who's online, let me just turn it on, let me just see who's online. Before you know it, you've been sitting there for 5 hours and you stink and you've done nothing with your day. I'm literally describing my past life here, so. So if you're someone who struggles with procrastination, it's probably because you're thinking about the end result and not the small incremental tasks that help you get to that result. So instead, try breaking like the big tasks into like smaller, more manageable tasks that are actually achievable. But of course, this only works if you're able to actually be disciplined with yourself. If you're able to, set some deadlines for yourself, set some priorities like this, I do this before I do this. And if it helps, even like rewarding yourself for completing a task actually does work. So even if it is like, okay, I'll start the first bit of my homework and then I'll reward myself with, 20 minutes of gaming or something. Like, if that's what you need to do in order to be productive, then that's what you gotta do. But just trust me, bro, like being able to overcome like procrastination, well, I wouldn't say overcome, but being able to handle it and manage it will literally change your whole life. If I wasn't able to, get over this procrastination now, I would never have this channel. I would never have, gone online and bought a camera. I would never have bought a MacBook. I would never have done any of this stuff. Yeah, that's why I feel so strongly about it. Number 2, negative self-talk. How you talk to yourself is so important, bro. The conversations that you have with yourself every day are the most important conversations you'll ever have in your life. These are the conversations that set you up for failure or success. So if you're someone who's like just constantly criticizing themselves about every small little detail, constantly overanalyzing every decision you make, constantly focusing on your shortcomings and never giving yourself your flowers, this will honestly destroy your self-esteem and hinder your growth as well. Because when you're telling yourself these things about yourself, it literally prevents you from acting differently. So if you just tell yourself, okay, I'm a failure, or I'm useless, or I'm not good enough. You will project this energy onto the world, and everyone will treat you in that way that you see yourself. And it works vice versa. If you see yourself as, someone who's intelligent, someone who's worthy, someone who's valuable, and you put that energy out into the world, people cannot help but reciprocate that energy. Because you want to treat yourself like you would treat your friend, like a close friend. Like, you wouldn't tell your friend, someone that you care about, someone who you actually want to see succeed, or you're a failure, you're so stupid, like everyone hates you, like no one cares about you. You wouldn't say that. So why would you say that to yourself? Because at the end of the day, the only person that you're gonna have to be with is yourself. You're gonna have to be able to sit with yourself and honestly accept yourself for who you are. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. But criticizing yourself like that is not gonna help anyone, is it? And by challenging these negative thoughts that you have about yourself and actually analyzing them and questioning them, you'll quickly realize that a lot of the things you think about yourself, these negative things, they're not even true at all. Just by questioning them one time, you'll be like, oh, that is not even true. So the next time you make a mistake and you catch yourself saying, oh, you're so stupid, think about it. Am I stupid because I made a mistake? No, not really. Like, that isn't how life works. Everyone makes mistakes. Like, it's fine for me to make mistakes. What matters is what I learn from these mistakes. Because in this life, bro, you have to be your biggest cheerleader, because no one else is going to cheer you on. You can't rely on anyone else in this world to push you forward. At the end of the day, it's going to be you versus you. And I've actually made quite a few videos on this topic that I think you'd actually benefit from, so I'll put them in the cards or some shit up here. Number 3, opening your phone with no goal in mind. Okay, this is something that we all do. We all just have this instinct where we just pick up our phone and just check it. We go on one app, go through our notifications, scroll for a bit maybe, onto the next app. And before you know it, hours have gone past and you've done nothing but just lie in your bed. Now, let's be honest, no one wakes up in the morning with like excitement, like, oh, I can't wait to wake up and scroll on TikTok for an hour. Like, that can't be what is in your mind, but that is what you end up doing because you've made it a habit. So you're not even consciously thinking, like, will this benefit me? Is this something that I want to do? You're just doing it because you've made a pattern of doing it. And it's because you haven't given yourself time to think. Like, doing these mindless acts, especially first thing in the morning, it literally steals your energy for the day. We all know how it feels when you like wake up in the morning and instead of like starting your actual life, like, going outside, brushing your teeth, drinking water, regular shit, you just go on your phone for a bit. It actually changes the whole energy for the whole day because you've already absorbed so much information, content, so much like ideas that for the rest of the day you just kind of feel like sluggish, a bit low energy. Because bro, if you saw all the hours that you spent in your life scrolling, I know you'd feel some type of way, because I know I definitely would. And I think that thought right there is what prevents me from, or is what wakes me up when I catch myself on these apps. I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is not going to benefit me. Like, I'm not getting anything from this. And it's something I know that a lot of us probably acknowledge, but we just go back to this. So you need to make a conscious effort to end this cycle of just consuming mindlessly like a robot. Like, for me, this is what NPC actually means. People that just consume with no actual thought, with no actual understanding of why they're doing it. So you need to set boundaries on your phone use. Like, you should pick up your phone with a goal in mind. Every time you pick your phone up, there has to be a reason you do it. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up for failure. So am I saying, don't go on your phone? Yeah, phones are stupid. No, I'm saying, when you go on your phone, be like, okay, I'm going on my phone to do this. I'm going on my phone to reply to this DM. I'm going on my phone to post this video. I'm going to my phone to check on this person's profile. Like, that is what it is. It's as simple as that. You need to be more conscious with what you're doing. Because on your deathbed, you'll not be asking, oh, please, just one more scroll. I need to see what's on my For You page. No, you're going to want all the hours and the time you spent scrolling. You'd want that back. You want to use that time on experiences, on things that matter. Not just spending time in your bed rotting. 4, choosing the easy option. All of us pick the easy and lazy option every day. At least to some extent we do. And to some extent it's not our fault. Our minds are lazy. That's just the way that we're hardwired. We're hardwired we're hardwired. Yeah, we're hardwired to try and, you know, find the easiest way to get to a desired goal. But I think in today's society, we've taken it to the next level, to the point where we kind of prioritize comfort over everything almost. I mean, especially choose comfort over what's unknown. And just by being aware of that, you'll realize how often you choose comfort over, you know, the unknown and doing things that may benefit you, but you don't know how they'll go. Like, there's an element of fear involved in that, but we'll get to that one later. Like, you'll realize how often you choose, you know, staying in and playing video games over going to the gym, for example, or starting on your essay, or starting on that business that you've been thinking about, or, you know, just picking the junk food over the healthy food, laying in bed all day instead of going on walks. Because the truth is, bro, the results that you want, the life that you want, the future that you want is on the other side of the things you don't want to do. Everything you want is on the other side of the things you don't want to do. If you want to change your life and change your future, you have to change the choices that you make every day. Because clearly these choices you're making are leading you down a path you don't want to be. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching a video like this. Let's be honest, bro. So you know there's choices you're making every day that are causing you to get results that you don't want. So someone as smart as yourself should realize, okay, so the thing I need to change is my choices. So if I change these choices, I'll get different results, surely. Because if the easy option isn't working for you, then bro, it's probably time to challenge yourself. And for a lot of us, this might be the first time we've actually challenged ourselves since maybe school, maybe. But being able to challenge yourself to make hard choices is so important to your growth. And 5, being afraid to fail. It's only natural that as a human, you want to succeed. You want to experience the positives, the good stuff in life, and you want to avoid, you know, defeat and losing. But with that being said, you can't let fear be what decides your path and your future and what you do. Because fear will stop you from doing the things you want to do, the things that, you know, you desire deep inside. Fear will cut that off from you and be like, no, like, you don't need this because it's too scary. Like, fear will stop you from getting the things you want in life, getting the things you want from life. It will stop you from asking for help. It will stop you from bettering yourself. It will stop you from making friends. It will stop you from all the things you want, just fear. And for me, I've decided that fear cannot control me any longer. I'm done living my life, you know, concerned about the unknown, the fears of what could happen. And I know for you, bro, you're probably like how I was. You're living just like very reaction based, like you're kind of too scared to do the things you want, but the fear of not doing what you want scares you more than anything. I lived in fear for a lot of my life, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of rejection, the fear of just trying my best and it not working. And to some extent, I still have that fear today. The only difference is that now, I'll be honest, I fail so much that it doesn't even bother me anymore. Well, that's a lie, it does bother me a bit, but not as much as it used to. I now know what failing feels like, and it's not as bad as it seems. Our brain makes failing seem like it's the worst thing possible, like it's the end of the world, but bro, there's life after every failure. And more than life, there's a lesson. There's a lesson to be learned from every failure. Every time you try something that doesn't work out, there's something there you can tweak that can get you closer to where you want to be. Of course, you won't make it the first time, maybe the second time, maybe the third time even. If you just keep going and you keep learning and getting just a bit better each time, maybe it'll be your 100th try, but you'll get there eventually. And that's something I believe like so strongly. Because now I know I'm not defined by my failures. My failures are not what make me who I am. What I'm defined by is what I learn from these experiences, what I take away from these failures. And if you're someone who's too scared to even try, you're gonna live a life of stagnation where you never learn anything about yourself. Okay guys, so remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's not a quick process. So get that out of your mind. This is not gonna be a quick fix. But remember, every small step counts. Even just watching this video, this counts. You're getting closer towards where you wanna be. So keep removing the habits and the things from your life that don't benefit you. And just focus on getting just a little bit better each day. All right, boys, see you in the next one. Peace.